What's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Persona 5X. Today's video, guys, we're going to be going ahead and going over not only just the twins, but a few speculations as well as some things that I think are going to be changing for pool plans. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are trucking very quickly to at least the 18K mark as well. Thank you guys for all popping up. It was freaking great last night as well for the stream, which was awesome to say the least. Now we are going to be streaming again around 5 p.m. EST. Originally it was going to be 3 p.m. EST, but we had to change some things around because the man earphone will not be home ultra early. So of course we want to have him included as well. So hopefully you guys don't mind that little time change there. I'll have everything posted by the end of this, so be sure of course to look for that. But overall, let's talk about it. So we ended up doing the whole live stream yesterday about all the characters, or at least just chilling out, and essentially it was for the twins themselves and their reveal. Now this wasn't too much of a shocker for most people, but it still was a very hype moment because they actually did a phenomenal way of finally introducing them. Only that the only sad part was it was a very short, which to some people, including myself, was expected, but at the same time we could cope, you know what I'm saying? But for anyone who wasn't there here, pay attention to the screen. We got obviously the little trailer here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and zoom it on in and let you guys see, because this was fantastic, down to the music, which you guys can play on your own time because I don't know if it actually is copyrighted right now. But first of all, it looked amazing. We had Wonder absolutely styling. I love the whole art change and everything. Wonder just looked sick. Everything about it looked awesome, and I won't even lie, it was pretty freaking cool to actually finally see not only them in the game, but we have even memes of Wonder trying to challenge them, which is hilarious. But this was overall a good reveal. It was freaking awesome to finally get people to actually try to see the twins for what they really are on this one. And then we got some comedic little things or talk between Justine and Caroline at the end of the trailer as well, which was pretty darn cool. Now this does open up a bunch of cases where now we could possibly see a bunch of different characters coming into the game, whether they're maybe antagonists, whether they're other Velvet attendants. It just honestly depends on what they really want to do. But there are several things about this that I do have speculations on, and one of those is going to be the pool plan. Now we already know pool plans have been heavily now adjusted due to this, so of course let's go ahead and zoom on out about this here. But we did a pool plan video not long ago, and it was pretty much going around the characters that we knew that was coming up. And some of those characters were like Mont Figure Skater, were freaking characters such as like what is it called, Howler, another one right here. And now due to them having this little point where they're now in between of the version updates, it now poses a little bit of threat. Now I expected this to be some of the case that eventually it would end up happening, but I didn't think it would happen to this degree so quickly. And I won't lie, this is kind of bad. So for a lot of people who are doing their pool plans, I'll just say you're gonna want to get these characters. I'm being so real with you. You're gonna want to have them. They're gonna be really good, but their full kit is gonna be unlocked at A0R0, so you don't have to worry too much about that. But what I do need to say as well for a lot of you guys, y'all have to remember that an update does have at least 6K gems, 5K gems of just actual content worth. So either way, you will be getting some gems out of it, and then don't even like, there's probably way more than that if you decide on the events at hand. So pool plans won't be too heavily adjusted depending if you're only going for A0R0, but if you start going for more, that's where things are going to be a little bit scary. Now for a lot of people who are like wondering, Blade, what should I do based on this pool plan, based on what's happening? As always, how I say this, pool for just the minimum. Don't go for anything too crazy. Try to get the A0R0. After that, the next update, if it's not a character you want, of course, as always, skip and be able to prepare. Because with the upcoming characters that we have, such as like huge juggernauts that are like going to be characters such as Winvast, we have characters such as Kazumi. These characters obviously are going to be the juggernauts of the next few updates. If you are knowing that you want to pull for them, you definitely want to be a little bit safe and try your hardest to first wait on people testing out certain things, right? So testing out the 5-star weapon. If the weapon is not crazy or anything like that and they can work with the 4-star weapon, you might want to go with the 4-star weapon and slowly edit according to your plans. I think that's probably the best way to go about it, and that's kind of like a little bit of a tip from me, especially when it does come down to the pool plan. Now, the next thing on my bullet point list here that I want to talk about is going to be the speculations of what they will do. Now, many of us already know the twins are going to be something crazy. They're going to be most likely some sort of character that's going to actually be insane to see, which is a really cool deal. Finally, we're getting like another cool character that's going to be new for everyone, and they most likely are going to be interesting. But the problem with this is with the twins themselves, we have to remember they're Velvet Attendants. They don't really have their own signature persona in this one. They well, I guess they kind of do, but they're using multiple personas and they're doing all different types of stuff. So what we have to understand is it's going to be interesting to see how their kits are going to work. For me personally, I do think kits are mainly just going to be bound to themselves. Like, we already saw them use multiple little of their personas that they use in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if they have like lower level skills themselves, but they're more meant on the buffing side. If this is the case, it would be awesome to see them as a good buffer, but honestly, we won't be able to really know this until the actual update does happen. I do think the best way for these characters to kind of get introduced and not break the game is to steer them away from being a DPS. They definitely would have to be more of a supporter type character, and with the way they're introduced with Wonder, it more or less seems like they're kind of there as a teaching spot, or they're there to kind of guide him along. So I would think if this character is going to come out with both of them being here without trying to break Global's meta and break everything in general, they most likely will be a character that's kind of on the supportish side that aren't going to be too heavily busted, unless, like, of course, you're probably max duping them. But that's just beside the point. That's just my take on it. I do think that a lot of things, when it does come down to the speculations here, is going to be kind of interesting, especially for their kits. Now, the other thing that we wanted to talk about is going to be the events. Now, eventually they're going to be announcing everything inside of this stream here. And actually, we got a good glimpse of their artwork too, which I won't lie, looks freaking phenomenal, by the way. I actually do like their artwork. It seems like they changed it from how it looked inside of the other little stream there. So this is probably their official artwork that's going to be in like the team slots and stuff. So we do know for a fact they're going to be one character. But the other thing that's cool about this is inside this global release most likely is going to be some of our answers, or some of our questions will finally be answered. And most likely this is going to be like the events. Obviously, half anniversary is going to be happening. We already know, like, with half, Annie is most likely going to bring us a ton of different little events, which is always cool to see. But one of the main things that we have to take a look at is what happened in our last half Annie. Now, our last half Annie was around 3.0. Well, actually, it was a little bit earlier than 3.0. I think it was like 2 point something. But for most of the stuff that we can possibly end up seeing, we're going to pay attention to Sage's document. Now, Sage's document here docs that our half Annie was around Oracle, right? But we are missing a couple things that are going to be happening around here. So we have 2.3.1 half Annie displaced content. Well, that most likely, of course, is going to be happening with the twins themselves, but we have some other displaced content that could possibly end up moving up. I talked about this in a couple videos ago that could happen, where obviously we most likely are going to get the trial of Astrolab, the Astrolab game mode for that. We're most likely going to get the 1.0 free standard ticket for this as well, and most likely another event. Now, the things I can say is if they're trying to keep this as a spacer event, anything that is like chapter related, these are going to be on Mont's update. It's not going to be with this update itself, but we are going to be getting like maybe the ticket. We're probably going to get the Astrolab. We're probably going to get a couple other additional things, including most likely a crossfade, because since we are doing a collab in general, which they are qualified as a P5 collab, most likely a crossfade is going to be along with this here. So we should be expecting to see something with that as well. That's going to happen with this said collab. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how they do go about it. I really am interested to see if it's going to be as in-depth as we want it. Though right now we can only just hope for certain things at the moment. So I would like to say, if you guys are looking forward to anything new game mode wise, is a new crossfade and most likely the trial of Astrolab here. Banner wise, it's obviously going to be them. I hope they have some really good 4 stars alongside them, because I do need to get some 4 stars on my account. But honestly, we just have to hope at that point. Now, we went through everything that I really wanted to go through when it does come down to like our expectations and stuff here. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section. How do y'all feel about this? Are y'all excited? And the other thing, the last thing that I did want to mention is, who does Wonder feel like he is right now? Like, I'm sorry, homeboy out here just destroying the competition with looks right now. I'm not gonna lie, I hope this is gonna be an actual outfit, because it's gonna be freaking awesome to actually see. But till next time, everybody, stay safe, stay sharp, and peace.